When I opened my studio in London in 1970, it was a completely different scene than it is now. There was no Pilates in London at all. I was the only one to do it. Plus the fact that I had a very safe environment, so I could concentrate on developing the technique from the way I was trained. You know, teacher training today, I think there's two major problems. The first one is there are too many people training as teachers. They think it's going to be instant gratification. They think they're going to make money straight away. The other thing is, I'm not saying the way I was trained was the only way, but I was trained like an apprentice. I spent many hours in the studio following the teacher around, observing the clients, observing the teachers, and getting a basis of what it was all about. And we don't have that length of experience within the teacher training course. What they need to do is to find their own place in the technique, and then take it into their teaching, and then look at the client. Because it's pointless teaching a client something they can't do or can't understand. They must look at the client and see how the client moves, how they work, and then not change but adjust the technique to suit that person. You may water it down a lot to begin with, and gradually you can build them up to do something a little stronger. Or in fact you will, because you work with the basics rather than going in to the top level. They might do it badly with no form, and that doesn't help them. It's better to pull them back and work a little slower, a little more basic, so they can understand how their individual body works.
Creo que una de las cosas que puede resultar difícil a los estudiantes es, primero, encontrar una buena formación, y lo segundo es decidir hacer una buena formación. Llegar a ser un buen profesor de Pilates toma su tiempo, porque necesitas mucha experiencia, ver muchos cuerpos, y una de las cosas que creo no entienden mucho de los estudiantes es que los ejercicios en sí mismos tienen una base anatómica y biomecánica en el cuerpo, pero no todos los cuerpos son iguales.
Anybody can learn a series of exercises. And let's face it, some of the exercises are quite simple. They learn the exercises and they learn to perform them, but they don't learn how to interpret them for the different body types that you're going to come into contact with. And they are so locked into the technique that they've trained, they can almost not see the body in front of them. And they just want them to teach what they've learned. So it's just getting back to the teacher should not just learn the technique and go, right, this is what I'm going to do. It's broadening your scope and also researching. If someone comes in with something wrong with them, find out what it involves with the body and how you can help them. And it changes for every different person that comes in. And it's, you know, sometimes you will work with someone one week, the next week they come in, you'll work with them differently because they are different. So you'll have to find out why they're different to be able to get the best thing out of them.
Mi mejor consejo a una persona que quiera formarse como profesor de Pilates, primero le diría, si no ha hecho Pilates, toma clases de Pilates para que entiendas y sepas si realmente quieres dedicarte a ello, porque esto no es un trabajo que puedas dedicarte de una manera mecánica, sino que te tiene que gustar y tienes que vivirlo y tienes que querer entenderlo, porque no es fácil. Simplemente busca tus objetivos y el sitio donde quieras ir a aprender, que sea el sitio idóneo para que se den todas las circunstancias y las necesidades que tú tienes para en el tiempo poder obtener las mejores calidades como profesor de Pilates que tú quieras enseñar, ¿no?
I have great satisfaction out of teaching. I still do. after 45 years. I mean, you get tired and you get bored at some points, but there's still that strong sense of satisfaction. And for me, it's the small things that really I feel very satisfied about.
Para mí una satisfacción muy grande es cuando un cliente te dice: no sabes cuánto agradezco que pueda hacer esto, que es que hacía años que no lo hacía, o ahora puedo salir a caminar de manera habitual, o puedo salir a correr otra vez, o hacer cosas que ya habías dado por perdidas. Y para mí eso es lo más grande, porque siempre la necesidad de ayudar a alguien es lo que más me puede hacer sentir.